everybody upon this afternoon. You know what I mean? We're here to talk about a news story, an update of a news story that we talked about before in regards to a false prophet in general. But y'all know my disclaimer. I'm not a pastor, preacher. I don't hold any type of office in the church. So please do not lay claims of those titles on me. We're not here to violate any type of community guidelines, any type of copyright infringement, or any type of privacy guidelines at all on YouTube. Shout out to everybody who's going to join us live now, in the middle, and those who are going to catch it when it uploads to YouTube. We're here to talk about this false prophet. Pretty popular false prophet by the name of Ronnie Goines. Ronnie Goines. We did a news story on him probably a couple of months ago, whereas though he got arrested for a sexual assault charge and an indecency charge, and I believe he's probably out on bond or something like that. Now he's back in the pulpit. He got back in the pulpit. So we're here to talk about that, about this false prophet. And I'm pretty sure some of his members probably going to catch it, or some of his family members and whatnot. You know what I mean? What's up to 10 Ninjas? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. What's up to Michelle? Shout out to you. So this comes out of Texas. Arlington, Texas. They call him a lead pastor at a church. I don't know how to pronounce the name. Canonian Christian Church. Whereas though he turned himself in, whereas though he faced charges of sexual assault and indecent assault stemming from an alleged sexual advances towards a member of his church. Wow. What's up to Corinda? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. So we'll get into the story a little bit more, to refresh the people's brains of those who's first hearing about this. So Arlington police, they had arrested him 3 months ago, 51 years of age, after a female church member reported he had tried to kiss and touch her despite her objections during 2 encounters last year. Wow. You tried to kiss and you tried to touch on a woman forcefully. You see how wicked these preachers are? You know what I mean? You see? You know what I mean? So she declined him after 2 encounters. According to the arrest, the woman said the pastor asked her to drive back to his apartment because he told her he was having car trouble. What a lie. So he set her up, right? So once inside, she said he began kissing her on the neck. A filthy, dirty pastor. Picture that. Picture that. This is why you can't trust a lot of people. This is why. You know what I mean? I know folks, we say trust the Lord. You can't trust nobody. You know what I mean? And it takes time to gain trust from somebody. You know what I mean? It's hard to trust people, but you can trust a person or people. But it takes time and effort to trust people in general. Especially with these dirty pastors out here. Dirty. So he set her up by saying, listen, I got car trouble. Can you drive me back to my apartment? Really? You can't take an Uber, fella? You can't take a Lyft? Take the bus, the train. In fact, walk. Be safe. You know what I mean? If the female is the last even if the female is the last person at your church service and your car break down, you understand? If she's not a wife, if she's not a relative, you got to toughen that one out, buddy. You know what I mean? Even if you're a clean-cut guy, you want to keep yourself safe in general. Even when I do Lyft, you know what I mean? Even when I do Lyft, and there's a woman in the back, listen, sit to the back right side. I know some people have people in their front seat. Not here. Go in the back to the right. So I could see you from my peripheral vision. You know what I mean? In case I gotta do a little something. If you try something. You know? Even when doing Lyft or Uber, fellas out there in the church who do Uber and Lyft, you know, you gotta take smart precautions. You know what I mean? Don't listen. Have small talk. Hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? That's it. Drive them to their destination. All right? Get out. Get out. Have a nice day. Be safe out there. You know what I mean? I don't laugh and joke with customers all day, every day. I'm not friendly. I'm not friendly at all. As far as like, you know, some people just want to have and start conversations up with people. But even as a good guy, you know what I mean? Because I don't have one of those wicked, lustful minds. I don't. You know what I mean? But a woman can set you up. You know what I mean? So if you're a Lyft driver or Uber driver or a car sharing driver, whatever the case may be careful. If you got a camera, use it. You know what I mean? But on this one with this fella, he said another one. What's up to Michelle, Maureen, Robin, Harris? What's up to S. Johnson, L. Johnson? Y'all related? What's up to John Brister? Shout out to you. So the fella said his car broke down. Remember, if you're a man and your car broke down and it's a female right there that you know, again, if she's not your wife, right? If she's not a family member, you're going to have to take Uber or something, man. You're going to have to take Lyft, public transportation, something. And if none of them not running, right? You might have to toughen it out and walk. Doesn't matter how far it is. You know what I mean? All right? So the story said, once inside, she said he began kissing her on the neck, rubbing her legs, and eventually pulling down her top to expose her. Wow. Well, what did you have on, female? What did you have on? You know what I mean? Listen, you must have had something on that's a little... I'm not saying that was the 100% reason why he did that. How could he kiss on your neck, rub on your legs, right? And then pull your top down, all at the same time? You know what I mean? All at the same time. And you said that was on 2 occasions. You know what I mean? Now, he could be a dirty, filthy preacher. But did you entice him? Did you give him leeway to do those things? You know what I mean? It takes time to kiss on somebody's neck. Come on, a lot of us got kids. Cut it out. Some of y'all married, some not. Still do the do. You know, it takes time to kiss on somebody's neck, rub on their legs, and then try to pull down their top. Man, that's about 15, 20 seconds. You understand? You understand? They said the woman who was not named in the arrest affidavit told police she left his apartment, but then met up with him again the following day as they planned. Wow. So you went to his apartment. Come on, man. You supposed to be dropping the man off. But you went to his apartment? No way. Something strange right there. He could be dirty and filthy, and so could the female. You know what I mean? They also said, she said they went to an event at a local theater. So after he was kissing on your neck, woman, whoever she is, I hope you check out this video, right? Excuse me. So after he was kissing on your neck, touching on your legs, and try to show your cleavage or expose your cleavage or whatever the case may be. The next day, you went to an event with him. You know what I mean? He's filthy, he's slimy because, you know, he's dirty. You know what I mean? And who's to say you're not? Because you can't be putting all the blame on him, right? When you went to an event the next day with him. You understand? All right? So where we at? So they said she then went to an event the next day at a local theater, then went back to his apartment once more again. You went back to his apartment for a second time. Wow. It says, per the affidavit, the woman told police gangs again started kissing her neck and tried to remove her clothing. Well, obviously, if you come back the next day, he must have felt comfortable. So we got two stupid dogs. You know what I mean? A dirty, filthy pastor and a thought. If you found it was a problem, right, with him kissing on your neck, touching on your thigh, and try to show your cleavage, why you come back the next day in his apartment? You know what goes down. You know it can possibly go down. So he might have thought, listen, she coming back. You know what I mean? She must have liked that. Wow. Now, I don't remember all these details when we pulled the story on him before. All right? It said Goines denied to police he had forced herself on the woman. I guess they made a mistake. They meant to say himself, but they got herself in it. So this article, they made a mistake with the wording. It says Goines denied to the police he had forced himself on the woman and said they hugged but didn't kiss. Wow. All right, they said the church executive pastor who filled in for Goines following his arrest announced his resignation last week. Okay. All right, sometimes the church is just too quick to throw the leaders away. And I'm not just justifying certain behavior. So who is Vernon they talking about? I think that's that's one of the pastors at their church. All right, they said sometimes the church is too quick to throw their leaders away. Well, you got to understand, fella. You said, where's his wife? What's up to Henry Ross? Georgina Flemings? What's up to Maddie? You said, sound like she wanted that. What's up to Robin Harris? Henry Ross said, what's going on within them false churches? A lot of wickedness. Robin Harris says, was deaf expecting something else? Oh, yeah. Tanya Renee said, it does not sound like she fought him off at all. No. No. Any woman feeling uncomfortable in that type of situation, you would immediately fight the man off and get away and call the police that night. But she came back the next day and went to his apartment again. Wow. L. Johnson said, why she didn't let a sister from the church bring her home? It wasn't her being brought home. It was him. It was him being brought home. He set her up. He said his car broke down. You know what I mean? So she could take him home. You know what I mean? And whatever slithering slick talk he made, he got her upstairs. Unless it wasn't her first time before that one. All right, what's up to Art of War? Neha. What's up to Sister A. Brown? Back to Bible the Greatest said, doesn't sound like force. Something might have went wrong and she decided to hang him. Oh, man. He says something might have went wrong, and she decided to hang him. Could be possible. You said, where's his wife? Let me type that in and see if he's married. Because I haven't read anything. Okay. Wow. Okay. I don't remember seeing that the last time. So he is married. He is married according to Google. To a Nikki Goines. She's not ugly either. You know what I mean? Beautiful woman and whatnot. Not that it's about looks or anything like that. But you got a beautiful wife at home. Beautiful wife at home. You gonna jeopardize that? You know what I mean? You gonna jeopardize that, fella. Listen, I don't even want no type of talk or stigma or stain on my name about anything like that. This is why I don't get friendly with people. Especially if you have a wife. There's some people out there, or even if you have a spouse or anything like that, there's some people out there that's jealous of you and will try to do anything to ruin your marriage. You could be a stand-up fella. You could be a stand-up female. They see you happy in love, happily married, XYZ, and they would do things like that. You know what I mean? That's why in the bylaws at the Truth of God, they wouldn't agree with a brother or a sister taking a brother home by themselves. No, not at all. I don't even want to be in a car with another female unless it's Lyft business work, because they're in the back on the left. Unless it's that, I don't even want to be in the car with individuals, because they could conjure up lies. And if you don't have a camera on, audio on, or any type of proof to display your innocence, you could be in big trouble. All right? You could be proven not guilty, all this other stuff, but it's still that stain on your name. Because some people are like, what if? What? Oh, that's that YouTuber. They find out you're a YouTuber for, put up Geno Jennings. Oh, man. They have a field day. And they find out you're innocent. They don't want to apologize. You see that they do that to a lot of people out here. They do that to a lot of people who are innocent. I agree. There's some people who are found to be innocent. I do agree. But do the media come back to apologize to them? No. You know what I mean? So Henry Ross, he's married. That's what the Google is saying. They got 3 kids. He is married to the beautiful Nikki Goines, it says, and is the father of their 3 sons, Noah, Luke, and Daniel. Yep. You married? That could put a stain on the trust in the marriage. You shouldn't be hugging on a woman if you're married. You shouldn't be hugging on a woman. I don't care how close y'all are. I don't care. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want my wife, future wife, be hugging on no man. You know what I mean? That's mine. I get all that feeling. Me. You know what I mean? Me. All me. You understand? Corinna said, and if a woman says a man did something to her, it seems like most of the time they believe the woman solely just off her word. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I mean? That's why it's good to have proof. It's good. It's good to keep yourself distant from situations like that. You know what I mean? Even when I'm at my primary job, delivering, and folks got to sign off, listen, I give you the phone, I turn my back. I turned my back. I remember one stop, this woman was hovering over me. You know what I mean? I had to do a little boxing move and pivot a little bit. Had my back because, you know, a lot of them got cameras. Or sometimes I turn my camera on in certain situations. So I got two phones, and if I can utilize one for a camera, I do. You know what I mean? You got some freaky women out here too. Listen, they ain't no different from men. No different. You know what I mean? Freaky women. I try not to give too much eye contact. None of that. You understand? Drop the material. If they're there, sign off so I can go. You know what I mean? I think I had another situation with a woman. And invited me over to come in for lunch. You don't even know me. You know what I mean? No. No. You ain't getting me caught up. You understand? You're not getting me caught up. I don't care how nice your house is. I don't care how rich you are. And these are wealthy people. No. No way. That was crazy. That was crazy. There's some freaks out here. Freaks. You know what I mean? Listen, you got they have a whole spouse at home. A whole spouse. I wouldn't want my wife to invite no delivery truck driver over into our house. You bet not. You know what I mean? You bet not. And if he's hungry and, you know, if he's really down and out, call me. Call me first. We could Uber Eats him something. Let me do it. You know what I mean? What's up to Gladys? Shout out to you, Nicole Martin. One God, one love. Somebody put super freak. You Rick James. What's up, the Lady of Faith? Denver Doc said, all it takes is a little eye contact. You're right. You're right about that. You know what I mean? We know it's attractive people out here. That is true. And some people are single. Some people are courting somebody to marry. Or some people are married. And people will try you. Even in the churches. People will try you. You know what I mean? I've gotten inboxes before on Facebook. You know what I mean? On Facebook. I think it was about 4 years ago. Somebody from a church, a woman, inboxed me. Nasty and filthy. You know what I mean? Inbox me something, X-rated. Blocked. Don't even put yourself in a position. It don't matter if you are single. Don't matter. You know what I mean? Don't fall for the okie doke. Right away. I mean, right away. Didn't say hi, how you doing, how's your day? Just bam, because it could be a setup. Even if it's not somebody trying to set you up, still don't fall for it. You know what I mean? Keep your integrity. Keep your integrity. All right, Nicole Martin said, there's no different, but it's seemingly a lot more men doing that than women. Honestly, from experience, women are more slick. It's just that when a woman does it, a man is not gonna go back to the police. That's the big difference right there. You know what I mean? There's been many women who tried things that I can consider as harassment. You know what I mean? It's just that a man is not going, man, I don't feel like going through all that. That's how us men are. Man, we don't feel like going to do all that, man. Whatever. You know, but, you know, a woman is most likely going to go to the authorities. You know, should a man go to the police? I agree. But in most cases, the woman goes to the police, but women do it as much as men. I'm coming off experience. On if I was to take things to the authority, excuse me. You know what I mean? It's just that you hear more so about it in the media. It's a lot more cases with men in the media that we hear about versus women doing it to men. You know, because a lot of men, they'll fall for it. They fall right into it, right into the trap. Not in some type of love triangle. You know what I mean? Where the woman got a spouse and she knocking boots with him now. You know what I mean? What's up, the Mercy Card? Shout out to you. Nicole Martin also said, that's nothing but the devil. Like I said before, and I'm going to say it again, all these grown women out here. Yeah. What's up, the Flemings? You said he's got no, what is that word, etiquette or discipline, and shouldn't be standing on the pulpit telling folks how to live right when he himself ain't right. That's hypocrisy. Absolutely. He's right back in the pulpit. Right back. What you want to wait till you have clear cut? If he's stating that he's innocent, if he's clearly stating that he's innocent, I know some houses, some apartments and stuff like that, they got cameras, XYZ. You know what I mean? If you wanted to clear yourself, right? You would have put your camera phone on. You would have put your audio recording on. In fact, you wouldn't even have went into the ride with the woman or invited her into your apartment. Obviously, if the woman would have gave in, let's just say the woman would have gave in. If he felt comfortable, right, with allowing a woman into his apartment when he have a whole wife and 3 kids. This is where you allowed a woman to come into your place and you got a wife and 3 kids? Who else? What other woman have you invited in there? You know what I mean? That's the thing about it. He felt comfortable to allow the woman to come into his apartment when he has a beautiful wife and 3 kids at home. You know what I mean? And then you're going to go right back in the pulpit recently. Instead of, waiting, or even if you go into the pulpit, listen, say you're sorry or something like that. You didn't mention nothing about it. You know what I mean? Repent to the public. I shouldn't even have went into the car with the woman. I shouldn't even have suggested that. You know what I mean? Folks got too much pride. All right? You said, so what does this do to the kids, especially his sons? It's a good question. Well, I'm pretty sure the wife is hurt. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that can cause, a lot of mayhem in a marriage. Any woman would be hurt if they found out that their husband, right, allowed a woman into their place. Any woman out here, you know what I mean? You could lose a lot of trust with your wife, even if you allow a woman into your car or go into her car. Even if you hug on a woman. You know what I mean? Even stuff like that. People, find hugs and stuff, handshakes, cliche. Oh, it's light, it's nothing. It's nothing. It is something. It is something. Why you keep going to that sister getting a handshake all the time? Why you keep being in that sister face over there when you have a wife over here? Why you keep commenting on that sister's posts all the time on Facebook? Why? Why you keep liking her pictures? I know it sounds so cliche, right? But you got to understand the fact. Show your wife that attention. You know what I mean? Stop putting your attention on other women. If you're married, or if you're courting somebody to get married. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean. I mean, it's nothing wrong with liking people's pictures and stuff like that. But when you keep going to the sister, the same sister all the time, something's up. Something's up your sleeve, buddy. Something's up your sleeve. You keep trying to get a holy kiss from a sister, the same sister, every Sunday or Tuesday or Thursday, whenever services are. Something's up with you. What's wrong with your wife? What's wrong with her? You know, that's a beautiful thing to have, you know what I mean? A good woman. Let's put it like that. A good woman, not an evil woman. A good one, not a ratchet one, not a loudmouth one, not a mouth almighty one. You understand? A good woman, respectful, meek, kind-hearted, soft-spoken, not ghetto, ratchet. You know what I mean? Sexy reddish. No, a good woman, holy. You know what I mean? Godly, righteous, understands leadership, submissive in a respectful way. Of course, brother, you got to be the same way. You know, a good woman, a good woman. You know, a man got a good woman at home. Good woman at home. You messed that up, man. You messed that all up. Over what? Trying to get a cheap thrill? You know what I mean? You can get all that affection from your spouse. All that affection from your spouse. You know? Well, a lot of people mess up. You know what I mean? They want their cake and eat it too. All right? What's up to San Jose? Corinda says, and if a woman, I think I read that one, forgive me. Fleming says, in my opinion, if a pastor's life is out of order, it will be displayed on the pulpit. I guess when he preaches on. Wow. All right. Let me see where we at. What's up to Jonas? Shout out to you. Demon Doc says nothing wrong with being a virgin or being celibate for you, for your future husband, wife. Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with celibacy. You know what I mean? There's some people on here that practice that. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. I know some people, they get married in 1 week. You know what I mean? We got to get married tomorrow. This thing is burning up. You know what I mean? Let's elope. Some people do that. Hey, you know you're married now. You know what I mean? What's up, the Ever Faithful Podcast? Shout out to you. Somebody wrote Galatians 5:18. Lady of Faith says, whoever his pastor or overseer, they should have never let him back in a sacred position is sad. I agree. Ever Faithful Podcast, so no conviction, no shame. Yep. Corinda says lots of churches let their pastor come right back to the pulpit. I witnessed that twice. Pastor was caught red-handed. Wow. Devin Doc says society will say you're lame or weird. Well, it's best to be, I guess you meant to be weird these days, as long as you stick with God. Fleming says pastors giving out invitations should be to Christ, not their homes. He says pants or the bedroom. You're right. You're right. There's a lot of freaks in the pulpit. You know what I mean? They claim to be preaching the word of God, but yet they're looking at different sisters. or who they want to knock off. You know what I mean? It's sad, man. It's sad. They ain't concerned about your soul. They concerned about getting, getting to get and doing to do. All right? Lady of Faith said it's sad because no one makes these folks accountable for what you said I guess you meant what they do in church anymore. That's why it is hard to find a real church family, let alone a true man of God. Jonah says, trying to get a holy kiss. Oh, man. A holy kiss. Listen. To everybody out there. To everybody out there. I ain't all the way there yet. For that. So if you happen to see me at a church service, listen. What's up? What up, brother? Man, half hug, forearm in the middle. What up? Bam. You try to reach in for a holy kiss? Lord, Lord forgive me. Lord forgive me for that quick check hook. You understand? I ain't all the way there yet. But they used to do that in the false church I came out of. The sisters used to do it. I saw it with the sisters to the brothers. You know what I mean? So it was never presented to me, with the fellas. No. But the sisters used to do it on the cheek. I remember that. But the brothers didn't. You know what I mean? No. All right? Mercy Card says, that's so true, violating the trust. When you do that is very, very hard to deal with, but she or he don't go and do wrong because too wrong don't make it right. You're right about that. You're right. You're true. You're right. I mean, it's tough when you're going through a situation like that. If somebody commits adultery on you, somebody cheats on you, or whatever the case may be, it's tough. And some people are very revengeful. What's up to T. Scrogan? Shout out to you. Denver Doc says, good woman is hard to find like a duck wearing pants. He said a duck wearing pants. Oh, man. Flemings, you referring to Jonah? You said them kisses are a sign of betrayal. Some of them come in this chat blowing it to T. Yo, y'all is funny. You call them heathens. Well, this story right here, like I said, we did a couple of months ago, and we tend to, put on this platform these so-called preachers who get arrested, locked up, and then sentenced to prison. Because there's a lot of them in the pulpit right now. It's a whole lot. And it's a shame that, they allowed this man to get back in the pulpit. Get back in the pulpit. I mean, no repentance, no sorries, according to what this article is saying. And he's kind of a popular preacher out there in Texas, alongside, the T.D. Jakes and the Austins and stuff like that, the Creflo Dollars. He's somewhere, out there. You know what I mean? But let's just say I still wouldn't classify him innocent, even if he's telling the truth in the news article. Because you shouldn't even step in a woman's car to put yourself in that position. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if it was raining, a blizzard, a tornado, an earthquake. You know what I mean? It don't matter. Sleep in the church overnight. Sleep in the church building overnight if that's the case. You know what I mean? All right, what's up to Ernest Beard? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Dimmer Doc said, the last days is harder than ever now. Gladys says their mind is taking over the soul. Ever Faithful Podcast said, that's nasty. To me, don't touch me, please. Ah, man. The holy kiss. Wow. Imagine that. Same brother keep coming up to his sister all the time for a holy kiss. Something's up. Something is up. All right. I'm glad it said they never came near me, no touching. Lady of Faith says there is a right way to meet and greet someone in a respectful manner. I agree with you. I agree. You know what I mean? But you got a lot of people out here who got, wicked, nasty, and filthy minds that have dirty thoughts. What's up to Demon? Shout out to you. What's up to Amanda? Hope all is well. All right. Jonah says the lot is out there just hunting down men. Yep. A lot of them. A whole lot of them. Greetings unto you at Tanya Renee. Appreciate that. Mercy Carr says, I'll pass just saying good morning. That's enough for me and my better half. Absolutely. If you see somebody got a spouse, it would be wise, especially if you don't know them. You know what I mean? I just can't see myself going up to people giving a holy kiss. Can't see myself doing that. You know what I mean? Handshake. Hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? How was your day? Cool. That's fine. But in some cultures, that's what they do. I saw a lot of the the Puerto Rican people do that back in Jersey City. You know what I mean? I remember I was about 19 years old, and I was with a woman in a place called Newport Mall in Jersey City. And she went up to a fella, and he gave her a kiss on the cheek. I said, what? I said, what? But I had to realize that in a lot of cultures, that's what they do. You know what I mean? They greet each other with a kiss on the cheek. I never understood it. You know what I mean? But in these days, I don't care about that. Listen, if the woman I'm gonna marry is in a culture like that, you got to stop that. You got to tone that down. Yeah. You got to stop that. You know what I mean? You got to cut that out. All right. Fleming says, you missed comments earlier. What do you think about doing a live stream on the pulpit? You mean talking about the pulpit? That's what you mean? Or having a camera set up as far as like on the pulpit? Let me know. All right, Fleming says in the Bible days, they greeted each other with a kiss. And these days, a lot of people don't know how to do that respectfully. Now, there's very few people who know how to greet with a kiss. Few. But we know in these days, there's a lot of freaky people out here. They got freaky thoughts. You know? They got freaky thoughts. What's up to Gino P? What up to the Bronx? So we know in these days, somebody can greet somebody with a holy kiss, but in their mindset, they're thinking about something else. They're thinking about the bedroom. Henry Ross says some of these dudes should reconsider practicing 1 Corinthians 7:1. Robin Harris says, it's definitely not the same. Absolutely. You got that right, that Jonah. You got that right. Fleming says, talking about what the pulpit stands for. That sounds like a topic for like a preacher to talk about. I think that's a topic for like, Gino. You know what I mean? A minister. Certain topics is, not for me. You know what I mean? I would think talking about the pulpit is for like a God sent preacher to break that down. As far as like a conversation, amongst like a panel or something like that, if that's what you're talking about, conversation wise, it could be considered, but like me talking about it, I don't think that's for me. Just to play it safe. You said get like no. I'm not mentioning his name. No. I can't mention his name on here. Listen, I'd rather get Elder Campbell on here. You know what I mean? Mr. from Delaware, he's not a preacher. He goes to a sanctuary and they don't have a preacher there. So although Mr. Chinese food man, he comes on here sometimes or whatever, speaking a little bit of knowledge, but yet he's a fool. You know what I mean? He got little things down pat, but for the most part, Mr. Chinese food man, he's a fool. You know what I mean? I'm not giving that fella no attention. But the pulpit, to talk about the pulpit, oh yeah. If I have a teaching on it by Gino, we definitely could talk about it. I think I do. Now that you said that, I think I do. I gotta look through my notes. But Mr. Chinese man, Chinese food man, no. I gave Mr. Chinese food man plenty of opportunities. You know what I mean? If he would just, how could I put this? If PC would, do things decently in order, he'll be okay. He'll be okay. He just don't know how to calm himself down. For him to be an older fella like that, he just don't know how to keep himself calm and cool. You know what I mean? That's why I don't allow certain brothers on anymore. You know what I mean? All right. You said talking about what the pulpit stands for. Yeah, I think I have a teaching by Gino. I think I do. What's up to Tyree? Corinna says, Pastor says no kissing even at the altar because people don't keep that kiss holy. Uh-oh. I mean, if it's in the church, because some people have weddings at the courthouse. You know what I mean? Some people have weddings at halls. You know what I mean? Different centers and whatnot. Outside on the beach. I saw a wedding underwater. Wedding underwater. Wow. But inside the sanctuary, I agree. Because if you kiss on that woman, and listen, I ain't thinking about nothing holy when I kiss my wife if it's in the church. No. I'm thinking about going on a honeymoon, locking the door for a couple days. A couple, you hear me? I ain't thinking about nothing holy. No way. All right, the Lost Sheep says, why doesn't modern Christianity talk about the liberal priestly duties of our liberal high priest who ministers in a liberal heavenly temple to atone for our sins? I would love to hear your thoughts about it. Well, I don't know nothing about that with Christianity because we ain't that. We ain't that. Who's our liberal high priest? What are you talking about? Liberal. You know what I mean? You said liberal heavenly temple to atone for our sins. I know nothing about what Christianity do with that because we ain't that. Maybe some people on here know about that. Gino P says, I remember when PJ speaking on the holy kiss and brothers puckering up their lips. Yeah, man. Freaks. There's a lot. Listen, it's freaks in the churches, man. It's freaks in the churches. Let's keep it real. You know what I mean? It is. You got to watch out for some people. Lady of Faith says, you got a lot of snakes in the pulpit. Yep. What's up to the great? He says, peace to all that love the truth. Sorry to anyone who may have spoke to me that I didn't see. I'm working. All right. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. Tyrese says, the pulpit is sacred, man. It's serious business up there. Don't play with people's souls, man. The blood will be on their hands. Gino P said, Mr. General, Mr. General Toast Cat. Man, always in a Chinese food spot. How you having biblical debates in a Chinese food spot mostly all the time? All the time you're in a Chinese food spot. Let me get some rib tips and some pork fried rice. You know what I mean? With the Brussels sprouts and the onions. Put some extra duck sauce and soy sauce in it. Wow. That's crazy. All right? Lady of Faith says, right? You said pick and choose who you want on your platform. Well, I mean, being, you know, I commend those who got, you know, YouTube channels and stuff like that, and those who want to do their thing. But when you start to go, when you have a certain mindset and ideas, you don't want a bunch of nonsense, you know what I mean, on something you establish. You know what I mean? So respectful brothers who can have a conversation and whatnot, you know what I mean? Listen, they always welcome to come on at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But all that nonsense and people who don't know how to conduct themselves, nah. All right? Jonah, you put the bylaws, you said ministers, brothers, riding in cars with sisters. If a minister brother is married and his wife is not present in the vehicle, no other sister should be in the vehicle. You put continue. You said without his wife knowing, this will eliminate a possible argument and misunderstanding. Amen to that. That's why, you know, we said earlier, let's just say if my car broke down and you know what, there's a sister right there on North 5th and Lindley. And I know her, but I'm married, right? Let's just say I was married. My car broke down. I live in North Carolina, right? I got no way of getting back to one of my family members' house in New Jersey. I'm not going to ask that sister for a ride. No way. There's Uber now. There's Lyft. Listen, let me get an Uber to Burlington, New Jersey. I got some family over there. I could get there and try to get some business handled. You know what I mean? If I had no family in Jersey, guess what I got to do? Man, we got to stay at a hotel, get this car towed to a Pep Boys Firestone dealership, get it fixed up. You know what I mean? You got to find some way, man. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if it's raining, snowing, hailing out there, a tornado, a blizzard, a hurricane. You know what I mean? That the bylaws is clear-cut truth right there. Especially that misunderstanding right there, word right there. You in the front seat or she in the front seat of your car, or vice versa. Come on, man. People see you and they know you. What is sister such and such doing in his car? Ain't he married? That's not her. Why are they laughing and joking? They seem to be too comfortable with each other. They not related. You know what I mean? People start thinking things. And if you at a red light and somebody see you, they take a picture, quick picture, or act like they're on the phone, but they got the record video on with the camera facing you, and you think they're on the phone, but they're recording you. You know what I mean? Be careful. Be careful. All right, Gladys says, that's why I always walked away from those services. Just go home. Frozen Mountain says, I'm so sick of this world and its foolish people. I want God to come, but I'm not ready for him to come yet. Oh, wow. Yeah, this world is sick. I agree with you. All right. See where we at. Y'all funny with this Chinese food stuff. What's up to Express? Shout out to you. You know what I mean? We got about 5 more minutes before we wrap this thing up. You know, Lord willing, we'll be on later. Have like a, conversation maybe. We'll see. You know what I mean? We'll definitely see if we happen to come back on later. So if you got any closing remarks to this video in general, feel free to leave your remarks in the chat room. Thank y'all for coming on here, tuning in for an hour. You know what I mean? In general. So shout out to Ty and Renee, Frozen Mountain, Fleming's brother Jonah, Our Faithful Podcast, Nicole Mars, Express, Gino P. If I forgot you, please forgive me. You know what I mean? Lord willing, we'll be back on later. Once again. All right? You said Cesario not coming on tonight. Well, I don't know. You know what I mean? I think he's going out of the state or something like that. He's going to a different. I think he's going to Texas or something like that. I saw like a Facebook post yesterday. He's traveling to Texas, so I'm not sure. Possibly next week. All right. N2 says Sunday worship was outstanding. For sure, absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I mean? I think Gino's gonna be in the Bahamas coming up, if I'm not mistaken. All right. Peace be at Corinda. Peace be to everybody out there. I hope everybody have a wonderful afternoon. In general, I'm Tony Harvin, Tony Harvin Network. I'm signing off. God bless. Peace.